Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Solid Rock, Minnesota podcast, a place to swing by for a brief moment for some stories or news and things to ponder. It's a place to take a small pause from your busy life. So grab yourself some coffee or a mug of tea or a pop, as we like to call it here in the North Country, and kick back for a moment. Take a breather. I had to stop by Fleet Farm the other day to pick up some high-temp spray paint to use on a metal fire pit I acquired for the patio. I have a longing for a small warm fire and some hot dogs and s'mores to roast on it now that fall is here. So I drove the half hour over to Fleet Farm and parked by the cart corral and grabbed a cart, headed in. As I was entering the store, another lady with a kid in her cart got to the door at the same time as I did. We both froze, waiting for the other one to go inside. Figuring she was there first by a few seconds, she had the right of way. I said, "Oh, sorry," and stood there giving her space to enter. And then she said, "Oh, sorry, no, you go ahead." I said, "Are you sure now?" She said, "Yeah, no, go on." And I stood there a second or two trying to process the yeah, no response. I'm still not good at those. I must have waited a second too long as she looked confused at me and started, not too confidently, to move to the door, just as I started moving to the door. Once again, we both froze, almost jackknifing the carts. And again, the entering process started all over. We finally both got inside and parted ways, and I went to the paint department and she went to the other side of the store. When I got to the paint aisle, there were two people with carts looking at paint in the aisle. They were both pretty much in the middle of the aisle, halfway down. They both saw me enter the aisle, and all three of us at once said, "Oh, sorry." Them for blocking the aisle where I was going, and me because they'd have to move their carts out of the aisle so I could get in there. I quickly backed my cart out of the aisle and went into the next aisle and came around on the other end of the aisle that I needed to be in. I really needed to be right where the lady had her cart parked. I walked up to her in her cart and said, "Oh, sorry, can I just squeeze past you there?" Well, she started saying, "Oh, sorry, I'm in your way." I said, "Yeah, no, I can squeeze past you there." Well, she moved her cart just as I was squeezing past, and she said, "Geez, they sure don't make these aisles big enough now, do they?" Well, I reached and got my paint and put it in the cart, and by this time, my cart was blocking the man in his cart in the aisle. He was ready to leave. I hurried back to my cart and offered the official, "Oops, sorry, I'm in your way." He assured me that, "Yeah, no, I can wait. Did you get what you need?" I showed him my can of spray paint and dropped it back in the cart and went on to the outdoor department. I was looking for something for the patio to go with the fire pit, but I couldn't find it. I found an employee stocking a shelf, and I apologized for interrupting her, and I asked if she knew where I could find what I needed. She said, "Oh, sorry, we moved all the stuff to a different area." She showed me where to find it, and I was finally on my way to the checkout and to get home. Well, as I was approaching the checkout lane, I saw the lady that I had met at the entrance coming into Fleet Farm earlier. She was heading for the same checkout as I was. Our eyes met and then looked at the checkout lane. We both started to slow down to almost a complete stop. "Oh, please, Lord, don't let this happen again." I pretended to act like I had just remembered something I forgot and mumbled to myself, but loud enough for her to hear, "Oh, I forgot the chocolate-covered peanuts." She looked as relieved as I felt. I walked past her and stood by the chocolate-covered peanuts until she was through the checkout and at the door exiting. Well, all went pretty well until I got out to the Jeep and started to back out of the parking place, and I saw the car next to me doing the same thing at the same time. We both slammed on our brakes and looked at one another. He gestured, "Oh, sorry," and put the brakes on. It was right then that I decided at that point, it's best I just pull forward, put my car in park, turn off the engine, and wait a few minutes for him to clear out and the person behind me that was parked clear out. That's just what I did. So it was another long Minnesota, "Oops, sorry," that got avoided. Thanks for listening to the Solid Rock, Minnesota podcast. Time is precious, and we're very grateful and appreciate the time you have taken to give us a listen. If you'd like more information about Solid Rock, Minnesota, or you'd like to hear some of our other podcasts, you can find them, along with our blog and Monday morning music, at our website, www.solidrockminnesota.com. You can also contact us there if you'd like your free Solid Rock Minnesota bumper sticker. Just message us a place to send it and we'll pop it in the mail. Until next time, may you be filled with life, love, laughter, family, and friends, people who truly know you. Many blessings.